Hey everyone, it's Donnie Zappia, and welcome back to part two of being a first-time home buyer. Stay tuned. I will tell you what, you got some money in the bank, you got a good job, your credit score is good, and you just don't know how to get started. Stay tuned. We're going to answer some of those questions for you. Hey everyone, it's Donnie Zappia with the Zappia Real Estate team with EXP Real Estate, and I'm just starting part two. And I apologize, this was supposed to be yesterday, but we didn't have no power. I'm sure if you're in the Buffalo area and you look out your window, you sort of could understand that. But here we are talking about first-time home buyers and the process, and I'm sure you heard that word, the process, right? So, but let's just talk about it. So you decided you wanted to buy your first home. Your first thing you want to do is take a look at your finances. Take a look at what you have down payment wise. Maybe you have money in the bank. Maybe it's a gift letter from a parent, friend, relative, whatever. Okay. Or maybe you have some money in a retirement account that you could withdraw for your first home. And talk to your accountant, but I'm pretty sure you could withdraw some of that money without penalty. So keep that in mind, but talk to your financial advisor about that one. So when you look at all those different things and you say, "Hey, look at my credit score is good. I got a good job. I've been in my job for quite some time. I've always showed great employment record. My credit score is good. I have some money in the bank, and I think I'm ready." And so, a couple things you want to take a look at. Down payment. That's one of the first questions. How much money do I need? It's real. Today's market and today's mortgage rates. You're probably looking at minimum 3 to 3.5% minimum down. Um, uh, Other loans demand 5%, so that's 5% or 3.5% of the total purchase price. Um, that's not all. A lot of people get confused with that. That's just your down payment. There is some closing costs that come into play with that. Your attorney's fees, appraisals. If you're doing a home inspection, that's a cost. And then your escrow with taxes, your escrow with the homeowner's insurance, and there's some other fees and stuff like that. But your mortgage broker or banker will be able to go over all those fees with you and give you an idea of what it's going to cost you just to close without the down payment. So keep that in mind. When you sit down with your realtor, they could sort of guide you a little bit, but they're not going to give you the 100% number. Okay, so make sure you talk to a financial person. Realtors are great under making you understand the market and point you in the right direction of housing. Mortgage brokers are the experts in financing, and attorneys are the experts in law. Remember that. Okay. So, anyway, so there's other things you can do. Let's just say you're just a little bit short and you're saying, what can I do? How can I still want to buy my house? How can I make this happen? So we could do a thing called concessions. Concessions is actually just borrowing the money against or borrowing the money within your loan to help you with the down payment. Okay, that is all exchanged at the closing table. So there is ways we could do that. You also could get a gift letter and gift funds from a relative, as I mentioned earlier. So there's a couple of different things. The biggest thing that you have to worry about is your credit score, employment of income to support the loan, and also debt to income ratio. So make sure when you're ready to do this that you don't have a lot of debt. Now everybody has a car payment, most everybody. So that's some debt, but is it taking up half your paycheck? Okay, so just be careful with that. And then is there some bills that you could pay off to actually reduce your debt to income ratio? Take a look at that stuff. Now, the other thing that a lot of first time home buyers do is they go through and they jump on the computer and they go, "Hey, look at this mortgage company. They're offering $5,000 credit at closing if I get my mortgage with them." And then they give you a pre qualified letter. And you come running to the real estate agent. I got my letter. Pre qualified really isn't a solid approval that you're good to purchase. You want a pre approval. Pre approval, a mortgage company would actually send it to underwriting to get a better picture of what your credit, your income, your affordability of buying a home. Pre-qualify doesn't dive deep enough. And the reason why I want you to dive deep enough, you go out, your realtor accepts the pre-qualify. You go out, you start looking at homes, you fall in love with a home, you put an offer in, you win the offer, and then you go to the bank, and a month and a half down the road, after they do all their homework on you, and you provide all your information to them, they say, nope, we can't give you this loan because you don't have enough. Your debt to income is off. Your credit score is really not what I thought it was. You have a late payment back 3-4 years ago. So these are the things that could prevent you from getting that loan if you just go with a pre-qualify. Your real estate agent, when he sits down with you, should give you 3 or 4 choices of good mortgage companies that they work with to help you get through that process and get you actually a whole disclosure of what the costs are going to be for you to purchase a home in a certain area. What I mean by a certain area, not geographical, but certain area price range, 200 to 250, 250 to 300, whatever that amount of money that you feel comfortable making the monthly payment on. The purchase price, a mortgage company will say you could afford X amount of dollars, might not be what you're comfortable with payment wise. So you got to make sure the payment is where you're comfortable. And then we look at what payment and what type of house, and taxes go into that too. So taxes play a big part when we're doing our searches. All right. So a couple of things. You met with the realtor. You went to the mortgage company. They gave you a disclosure. Everything, your credit score is good. Your debt to income's good. They gave you a pre-approval for X amount of dollars. And in that pre-approval, they might say you need concessions. So money from the purchase of the property to roll back into your closing costs. So your debt to income ratio is great. So then we just go out and we start looking for that home that you want to buy. Guys, there's a lot of different loans out there. There's conventional FHA, FHA-VA, farmer's loan, 203K loans. There's a lot of different avenues that we could go with mortgages to help you purchase the home you want. If you're interested in sitting down and just trying to get a better picture, give me a call. Let's sit down. Let's talk about that. My phone number is down below right here, 716-622-1323. Again, this is Donnie Zappia. Don't be afraid of being a first-time home buyer. There's a lot to learn. And trust me, been doing this for 15 years. Every single deal is totally different. Every single deal, I learned something different. So with that, guys, we're actually going to go through the search criteria on our next episode, and we're probably just going to touch on the application or the offer. Okay, so stay tuned next time. We're going to put that one in there tomorrow, and let me know if there's something I can do for you. Donnie Zappia with the Zappia Real Estate Team, and call me. We'll sit down and we'll talk.